All right, welcome everyone to the December 14th, 2023 public hearing on the code revision and revised zoning map. For those of you keeping score at home, on the agenda for our meeting tonight, which will be happening soon, is a final approval of the revised code and zoning, chapters 12 and 14, or Part 12 and Part 14, sorry, they're not called chapters in here. This meeting is designed for public hearing and public persons to speak and give their opinion on it. Jesse, anything you want to add about the structure or form of this meeting?
No, not at all. Anybody can give comment. It should be, at least in some sense related to the code revisions, but we certainly aren't going to keep anybody from talking.
Time constraints?
I frankly no. I would err on the side of letting everyone get say their piece on it.
Say their piece, don't put the 5-minute clock up is what you're telling me.
I would say that.
See, that's why we went to you first.
That's right.
All right, that having been said, I do see some people out in the audience. I don't know if they're here for this meeting or the next. Anyone who would like to address publicly their concerns with the code revision, feel free to go to the mic. I think we will still do name and address.
Yeah. Is Councilperson Cost coming?
Councilperson Cost has texted, she's on her way. Thank you for reminding me we're not being videotaped. In session for this is Councilperson Wolf, Councilperson Camara, Council President Kruger, Councilperson Martin, Councilperson Matt, know who you are, McNamara. Councilperson Koss is on her way, but slightly detained. Of course, Jesse was already been heard on the microphone. Eric Fisher, our village planner, Mayor Southern, and Chief Delp, because he got here probably early for the next meeting. All right, having done a quick roll call there, I see some citizens out there. Anyone would like to take the mic and speak, please do so now.
No. Just here one.
Are there any council members who would like to speak to the code rewrite? Oh, we do have someone who wants to speak. Wonderful. Come on up, name and address, please.
Denise Morrison, 2698 Wildwood Road. I have a question for Mr. Fisher. What makes a legally, properly permitted permit?
I mean.
So this isn't a question and answer
No,
period.
it's not.
This is your time to
This is
speak.
your time to speak and make comments.
Yeah.
Okay, comments. You have absolutely no idea what a legally, properly permitted permit is. And conflicts of interest going into the code revision kind of make it biased and unfair to all residents in Menlo Park. The residents in Menlo Park are requesting a suspension for 30 days. You acknowledge that if there is a concern or consideration for the code in the last council meeting, that it would be postponed, and we are asking for it to be postponed for the newly formed resident advocacy board to look at and make sure that everything that's in it is on the up and up, since we believe that there's definitely a conflict of interest and bias. Do you have any response to that?
Quick question, the Citizens Advisory Board, who is on that? Who created it? How many members does it have? And has it registered? And how was leadership and its structure formatted, agreed upon, and voted on?
I understand your concern, and it is in process at this time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. How would I go about doing that?
I am not sure, to be honest. I imagine something like that. You could probably come and register as a 504C or what have you. I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be or what authority it's supposed to have.
I think your problem is the thing you're describing is not an extant legal entity.
What?
A resident advisory board, or whatever you called it. You just
Actually,
made
it
this
is.
up. Not within this,
No.
not within this municipality. You
Well-
just made the idea up wholesale. And so as such,
I
that we
appreciate
can't
your
really,
comments,
we can't really tell you how to make a thing that you made up.
but
But what I will add is that this is no longer in regards to the item on the agenda for this meeting, and we should table that.
table what?
The discussion of your advocacy board.
The
Because it's
discussion
not
of what?
we are no longer speaking in reference to the code rewrite, which is the purpose of this public hearing.
Yes. Although I was just
This
curious. about
code
that question.
rewrite has to do with which codes?
The village code, but your advocacy board is not part of that village code.
Oh, I understand that.
Right.
Okay, but I would like a comment for what I stated before in reference to.
This isn't a meeting in which you can anticipate a comment. We will not be replying.
We're just listening tonight.
Okay, so you're dismissing me.
The point of this meeting is to
there a vote
listen.
today?
Yeah,
At the
in
council
the
meeting.
next meeting, yes.
Okay. So you have no concern for what I have to say?
We're listening to everyone's comment.
You have the floor right now.
So, in my finding of facts that I received, Mr. Shamp explained that a permit holder is able to have a permit to the exterior of the property line.
Is there a specific thing in the code rewrite that you're referring to? Can you give us the section so we,
Yeah.
like, is there something that we should be
Property.
referring to?
Which codes?
Which one?
So I could.
Chapter 12, chapter 14.
1464.
Okay.
.01 and 1464.02. What I'm stating is that if you have no idea about the code before you go into revising it,
You have to be more specific when you talk.
okay, I just said,
Okay.
there is no, it is not legal for a permit owner or permit holder to build exterior to a property line. Is that true or is that false?
Comments only.
Okay, it is a concern if the law director cannot state facts that are true and is stating facts
What
that are
code,
not true.
please speak
Then they're
to,
not facts.
give us the code
Because they're not
number.
facts.
So why
Please
are
give
you
us the
saying
code number.
Facts that are not true.
1464, okay, and what specifically are you calling out on 1464?
Or change in the body.
But facts.
The
that
property
are not
line.
true.
So
I'm talking about going into this.
1464 has been stricken, so I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. That's no longer going to be in the code.
There are no longer,
1464 in this code rewrite has been removed. So are you wanting us to put it back in? What is your comment for that?
I'm just concerned that the statements made or the information in the codes are not for everyone.
Can you be more
I
specific?
believe, no, I cannot be more specific at this moment until it's been reviewed.
Okay.
And what you're overlooking is the fact that like I said, that the ones who have facilitated the codes don't have all the information or are misinterpreting the information going into it. And then before it could get voted on,
Which information?
I don't have specifics at this moment.
Okay, so you're
And I
concerned
should
about.
not have to have specifics at this moment
Okay.
if I said that there's a concern with the write-up.
That's the point of this meeting, is for you to bring those concerns.
We have not had time to review it.
So
Who
the
is we?
last 6 months,
I've already explained
The
it.
Citizens
But
Advisory
this
Board
has
that
been
was in the
public-
process.
The coalition, so the coalition you described last week as an advisory board, is it,
Yes.
okay.
And then,
And that's the residents, because you continue to
It's
speak
an
about.
advocacy.
Okay, because
Okay.
when you started, you said residents are against it. I'm a resident, I'm not against
I'm
it.
also
So
a resident.
I think a lot of the residents are not against it. So it was just a little confusing as to, we're trying to figure out who's trying to stop what. Like, we don't,
right, and
We're
I'm
not
still-
trying to stop it. We're trying to make sure.
we're
that
just
it's-
trying, I'm just trying to understand
are
where
we
we're
just
going.
concerned about the code rewrite? Are we concerned about the part that's stricken? Who's we? What are we concerned about?
The code rewrite.
Why don't we have time
I
to review it
believe-
when we've had plenty of time to
If I
review
may,
it?
I believe what this resident is trying to tell us is that she has a personal distrust of those that were involved in the process.
Okay.
And therefore, she personally is asking us to wait for her to go and reread it again to decide whether or not it is offensive to her.
Is that
Well,
true?
there are many of us.
Sure, and that you claim to represent, that's fine. Her and those she claims to represent. Is that what you're saying?
True.
Duly noted, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
No.
Okay.
All right, thank you
I
very much.
can duly dismiss.
Anybody else? Any members of council who would like to make any, I already, you missed mine, I fought for my vote again, that might come up in a work session. We'll see, only council coming up. Given that, I, motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Motioned and seconded, all in favor?
I forgot him.
All right, friends.